Welcome back to the channel. Mike Learns Poker. If it's your first time, welcome. Hey, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Give me a like if you like the content. Share it with your poker buddies or people who are kind of like, on the fence, interested, don't know how to get involved. Get involved. We're at like 405 subscribers now. Let's keep it going. All right, hand of the day. Making a big river call. All right, so this hand I chose because I played it in a tournament last night, and as I was playing it, I remember thinking to myself, "Man, a lot of this does not feel GTO approved." Um, and I thought it was a great hand to show, so GTO Wizard is a wonderful tool to kind of show generally how you should be thinking about spots and generally how you should be thinking about actions of your opponent and what they mean. But you have to remember you're playing against people, and people do weird stuff. And when people do weird stuff, you got to take in all that information and try and figure out what the heck it means, and then make the best decision based on that. Sometimes a computer ain't going to tell you what to do. So let's get into it. King 4 offsuit, and the villain in this hand is the button. And they're going to raise off of 35 big blinds, basically. And so because their raising range is generally gigantic, our calling range from the button is equally gigantic. Actually bigger. We're calling 61% of hands. So we call king 4 offsuit right here. Easy call. Any king. Also of note, we have no stats on this player. We've only played 8 hands against this person ever. So we just don't know what kind of player type they are. All right, flop is king, ace, 8 with a couple of clubs, which is a wonderful flop for the pre-flop raiser. And so we should be checking. GTO Wizard says check. I agree. We should be checking. And then the opponent decides to bet like 30 something percent, not even 30% pot, 20 something. What's that, 25? Whatever. I'm not good at math live. We'll say it's 33. That's close enough. It's like 20%. And we just call. You can see here we're calling all of our kings. All of our kings. We're calling all of our eights probably. We're raising some eights. And all of our aces, obviously, we're going to call. We're going to raise some aces. So we just call. Easy so far. 3 of diamonds doesn't do squat for anybody. If it helps anybody, it's me, but I don't have a lot of 3s. Nobody does. So we're going to keep playing second pair with a terrible kicker very passively. No reason to build a huge pot. They could have better kings. They could have an ace. It is possible. Okay, here's where it gets weird. GTO Wizard would say that the right play for our opponent when they have hit the flop with their range so well, and then a turn card comes out that's a total airball, is that they should be betting a lot, but slowing down a little bit. But when they do bet, they bet big. You can see, well, bigger. You can see they bet half pot or more. Half pot or more. Well, they bet a third pot, roughly. So, data point 1, where they're now deviating pretty significantly, we got to do something with that information. When I see that, I think they're pretty weak. They're either pretty weak or they're begging for a call. Which one is it? Well, we got one more street to figure it out. But I know I'm not folding yet. Kings are all calling. A bunch of 8s are still calling. So we call. Now another absolute brick hits. The only person who has 4 or 5 is me. But I don't even have 4 or 5 that often. I could have it, but it's pretty rare. They don't have it. So, are we ahead or behind? Ask the question. So we're checking here because we got to be careful. All right. Weird data point number 2. Opponent shoves all in. Almost double the pot. Why? You can see GTO Wizard is saying you should never really do that. Very strange move. I shouldn't say never, but it's a very strange move. Especially that combination of moves, right? Why would you bet puny on the turn and then go massive on the river? And it just reeked to me of a bluff. It just reeked. It felt to me like you got 2 clubs, you got Jack 10, Queen Jack. Maybe you got like pocket 6s or pocket 7s and you just got antsy and felt like you had to do something with it. I don't think anybody's ever doing this with a big ace or a set. So I looked them up. I decided to call. And GTO Wizard, I want to show you GTO Wizard. Hates me calling here. Hates it. Don't do it. And this is where it's, I think, again, like you're playing against humans. You're not playing against a computer. GTO Wizard assumes that your opponent is doing optimal play, and so you have to respond with optimal play. And so you gotta deviate from it from time to time. And these are great spots where you need to. And I just, I've been wrong on a lot of these. So I just happened to be showing you one where I actually got it right, made a call, and they had Jack 10. So sometimes you're gonna be wrong, but like just take in the information you get. I'm trying to be better about this. It's like take in the information you get. If something just feels fishy and you think you're ahead, call. If you're wrong, you're wrong. So that was a big win. Scooped a huge pot. Ran pretty deep in that tournament. So that was a big part of it. All right, y'all. We'll call it there. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.